This is Radiance Therapeutics, Saving Patients from Blindness. I'm Laurence Marsteller, its CEO. This is a handheld ophthalmic medical device that is saving patients from blindness. Our therapy is already being used at our collaborating hospitals. Just a quick review of our value proposition summary. Last year, I was delighted to introduce this company at this LSI conference in London. That was a great conference, and this seems to be just as good, and I'm really excited to be here. Since that time, we've had a tremendous year. We've received our FDA 510(k) clearance, and we received our US PTO patent for our core patent. We have extensive patent portfolio consisting of 12 patent families filed as PCTs throughout the world, which we're actively prosecuting. We have proven out the manufacturing supply chain, and there's existing CPT codes for reimbursement. This innovation addresses the unmet need. Glaucoma is the leading cause of blindness worldwide. Glaucoma is high intraocular pressure. For patients with mild to moderate disease, and we're going from left to right on this screen here, for mild to moderate disease, those patients may be well treated with eye drops. Should patients fail eye drops, there are laser interventions, and there's been a lot of economic activity in the newly innovations of minimally invasive glaucoma surgery devices, or MIGS. But for patients with moderate to severe disease, those are the patients who are actively losing vision. A therapy is missing here. These patients require drainage surgery. This is a definitive one-and-done surgery that solves the problem, but it has a horrendous failure rate. 50% of the patients undergoing the surgery will fail from post-operative scarring. This is the leading cause of blindness worldwide. This article, which is peer-reviewed from the British Medical Journal, shows that starting at day one, you go out 4 years, between 3 and 4 years, 50% of the patients have failed the surgery. Recognize what this means in human terms. Everyone above that dotted line has had vision loss. Because of this problem, there has been an innovation developed by our co-founder earlier, Serpeng Ka, and that is using an oncology drug, an antimetabolite known as mitomycin C, which downregulates the activity of fibroblasts, the cell line required for scarring. But even with this intervention, there's still, in the real-world data, a 50% postoperative scarring rate by 3 years. This data from MarketScope. Thus, we are delighted to be commercializing the clinically proven solution. We're introducing the Radiance ophthalmic applicator. This is an application of beta therapy, and while regulated as a device, it has a drug mechanism of action that is well understood that downregulates fibroblasts via the cell cycle controller P53. This innovation comes from University College London and Moorfields Eye Hospital. Together, they're the world's most successful partnership in ophthalmology innovation. The clinical studies, which I'm going to show you, have already been completed. These were funded in part by the Wellcome Trust, and they've been peer-reviewed and published in leading journals, including the British Medical Journal. All told, we have extensive clinical experience. 4 randomized controlled trials powered for efficacy and proving superiority have been completed. These are equivalent to phase 3 and phase 4 studies. In the BMJ Kerwin et al. Study, this was a large randomized controlled trial powered for efficacy. 320 patients followed for over 4 years. Those patients in the placebo arm had a failure rate of surgery between 3 and 4 years of almost 50%. Those in the intervention arm of beta therapy had a success rate at 4 years of 90%. Recognize everyone above the blue line and under the red line, representing about 30% of patients treated. These patients would have been blind except for the intervention of beta therapy. In a second randomized controlled trial powered for efficacy and proving superiority, Cook et al., 117 patients were enrolled at the time of surgery to either the current standard of care, mitomycin C, or to beta therapy. The odds ratio at 1 year, beta therapy eyes had a 3.2 times more likely success rate not having scarring, And beta therapy eyes had a 5.6 times more likely to have an intraocular pressure less than 16 millimeters of mercury. All told, 4 randomized controlled trials have been completed and published in peer-reviewed journals. That allows us to make the outstanding statement that this is a major therapeutic advance, saving patients from blindness. As I previously summarized, we have very strong IP, 12 patent families, and we are delighted that the USPTO has recently issued our patent for our core patent with extensive claims. We have also received our 510K from the US FDA, and we have secured and proven out our manufacturing supply chain. Within ophthalmology, glaucoma is where all the innovation is coming right now. It's a big and growing market. It has a 40% annual growth rate. Our market, and these are using very conservative reimbursement estimates, is approximately $500 million. The current standard of care, mitomycin C, has 100% market penetrance. No doctor is not going to use a antimetabolite knowing that half their patients are going to fail. The clinical data already shows, extensive clinical data already shows that we're superior to the standard of care, and thus we're expected to be the next standard of care. This is an area of billion-dollar exits. Ophthalmology, and specifically glaucoma and the MIG space, minimally invasive glaucoma surgery space, has had rather active M&As with big exits. Our checklist for success: this therapy solves a significant medical problem. Randomized controlled trials have already been done and published. This is a big market. We have issued patents and a more extensive patent portfolio that is being prosecuted worldwide under the PCT and in other countries such as China. We have the FDA 510K clearance. We have validated our manufacturing supply chain, and there's an active M&A with big exits in this area. Thank you so much.